Okay, hi guys. This is probably going to be a very rambly, loose kind of video. I don't have anything scripted. I'm just talking. But I just wanted to show you guys some of my DVD collection. I collect horror DVDs. Go through it, give you guys some recommendations from the stuff I found over the years. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go through all of them because I have like, I don't know, like 70 something DVDs, but I've got a good pile over here that I thought I would have something to say about. So we're going to go through those. Let's see, okay, this is Piggy or Cerdita. It's a Spanish movie. And I did not watch this one for a while because I think I saw it in like Hulu or something. But from the title, I judged it by its cover. From the title and the cover, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that looks good, but I gave it a chance, and it is very good, actually. It's about there's this girl, Sarah. I love Sarah. She is like getting bullied a lot by these girls in her school, neighborhood, whatever. They're really very terrible and nasty to her. And she's like swimming in this pool, and the girls are there. They're bullying her. They're being very terrible to her, and then she sees them get kidnapped in like this white van. They get kidnapped. She sees them get driven away, and she doesn't say anything right away, because she hates them, and she doesn't feel that bad about it. So and then when she does like have a moment, she's like, maybe I should have said something. Like now it's kind of too late because how are you going to be like, oh yeah, I did. I saw them get kidnapped and I just decided not to say anything. Right? She's in this difficult situation now, and it's such an interesting movie. She's very sympathetic. Like I like her character a lot. Because they let her do some stuff that is kind of messed up, but you totally understand where she's coming from. And I think she made the best decisions that she could. I do. It's a really interesting movie, so definitely check that one out. Oh, okay. One Cut of the Dead. This is a special edition copy that I got. It's got the Blu-ray and the DVD. I just showed this to one of my partners, and he loved it. I think this is a great one. So going into this one, you are going to have to just like go along for the ride, okay? The first like half hour or so, you're gonna be having fun, but you may be like, hey, like what's kind of going on? You might be a little confused. But just go with it. Just have fun. Go along on the ride, and it is very worth it once you get into it. It's there's like a movie crew. They're going to shoot this zombie movie, and then they get to this old set, and then there are like for real zombies there. They gotta fight zombies. This is like my this is like my absolute favorite like zombie comedy low budget film. It's so much fun. Give it a chance. Wait. Watch the first half hour before you decide to give up on it. Like it's worth it. It's worth it, I promise. Okay. Oh yeah, Lisa Frankenstein. I saw this in theaters right around Valentine's Day. This is a amazing movie. I love it so much. Um, there's this girl, she is a little quirky. She's a little different. Her mom got axe murdered, which is unfortunate. And she's living with her dad and her new stepmom, and she goes to this graveyard and like tend the grave of this one young man who passed away there very long ago. She goes there, she like reads to him, she decorates his grave, all kinds of stuff. And then there's a big storm and like electricity hits his grave and he comes to life. And he comes looking for her. But he is a rotting, like stumbling around corpse and he can't like speak or anything. And so he like comes to track her down. But and then they have their whole romance and it's very nice. It's very romantic. They kill people together. It's great. Good movie. And I love the main actress in this, Catherine Newton. She does really good. She does really good in that role.
It's your fault we're screwed. You killed Janet. It wasn't my idea. Okay, going after Doug was my idea, but only because killing Janet felt really good, and I was just an accomplice. But now, you're out of control. You're beating people up, driving around in plain sight. There's probably an APB out on this vehicle. You don't even know what that is. You probably drove one of those stupid, old-fashioned bicycles with the one big wheel. You did.
Okay, Wreck. I like Rec a lot. This is another one that's in Spanish. Very good found footage movie. There's a woman, she's a reporter, and she's doing this program. Like, it's a late night program. It's not that serious. Like, they go around and like see what people are doing at night, which that sounds creepy when I say it like that. But like, she goes to stay with these firefighters to just see like what happens at the fire station at night. She's doing that kind of thing. And then they get a call and she decides to go with them. And they go to this apartment building, and then it's fucked up in that apartment building. It's not a good time. I'm not going to tell you too much what happens because it's better, I think, if you just go straight in, but it's not good in that apartment building. Okay, okay. Evil Dead. I'm gonna do all my Evil Dead stuff together. This is Evil Dead is probably one of my like favorite horror franchises because I like everything in it. I like all the originals. I like all the remakes, especially I have right here the 2013 remake. The 2013 remake is gold. I've got all the originals here. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and oh, I like the TV show too. I like the TV show. And I have this special edition. Um, the special edition Evil Dead 2 that one of my partners gave me, and there's like pages and everything. And then it's got the DVD in it. This thing is amazing. But yeah, I love this franchise so much. I love everything to do with it. And I have all of them. I'm sure you know what Evil Dead is. They read the Book of the Dead, and then they come and they possess you, and you have to chop them up into pieces to get rid of them. It's great, a lot of fun. And yeah, I thought a lot of the remakes were really well done. I don't always like remakes, but the director, especially for this 2013 one, he does it really well. Evil Dead 2013 is really a lot just like the first Evil Dead movie if it had like a bigger budget, and that lends it more of a serious tone as well, because the first one is so low budget. Um, but yeah, I think it's a really solid remake. Oh, I have all of Nightmare on Elm Street. My brother gave me this for my birthday. It's all of Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what that's about. You know what happens in Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh yeah, The Crow, one of my favorites. I love the melodrama. I love the weird, rainy, gloomy Gotham-y setting, and I love his that he has to put on makeup to go kill people. I love this movie. It's just it's so over the top, and I really enjoy it. It's a perfect film for me. Yeah, but this guy, him and his girlfriend, they get murdered. But he comes back to life and has to avenge that murder and goes around and is killing everybody. It's very good. Right. Okay. This one, 13 Ghosts. I do really like 13 Ghosts. I showed this to my brother and he hated it. He hates this movie, but I like it. It's very silly. But the good thing about this one is that Matthew Lillard is in there and he's going crazy. He's screaming and running all over the place. I love him. I love when he does that. Uh, yeah, but it's this dad and his kids. They inherit this old weird mansion, but it's like all made out of glass. It's a very futuristic looking mansion. Anyway, they inherit it from like their uncle or something. But turns out the uncle is keeping ghosts in a dungeon in the basement, and they get out, and then the ghosts they're running amok, and they're all different, very unique ghosts. It's fun. It's very goofy, but I enjoy it.
Arthur, I used to I used to hunt ghosts with your Uncle Cyrus.
Goats?
Ghosts! Ghosts, goddammit, listen to me!
Okay, antiviral. Antiviral. This is one of my favorite movies. It's set like in the near future. There is this guy. This is Sid March. He works at this, I don't know, like organization where you go to get like illnesses, diseases that celebrities had, right? So people are like really obsessed with celebrities in this world. So you could be like, "Hi, I want to have the same flu that Zendaya had. Give it to me." And so then you have the same exact, like you have it contagious from her. People do this to be like closer to the celebrities. So that's what he does. But on the side, he's also infecting himself with this stuff because he's also really obsessed with these celebrities. And he does this with there's this one girl that he's really obsessed with, and he gives himself the same illness that she had, and then the next day she dies. So he's like, oh my God, like I'm fucked. I gotta figure out what this was, why she died. Am I gonna die? I like Caleb Landry Jones in here. That's the actor. He does really good. And the whole time he's like, he looks like a sickly Victorian child, and he's like sweating and he's falling down and like throwing up blood. And I think that's really cool. He's getting like beaten up, like he's just like miserable for this whole movie, and he portrays it very well. I enjoy it a lot. Great movie.
In the twilight zone, where secrets reside, a symphony of stars where our souls confide. We figure out a story unfolds, although its essence forever untold. Singing in harmony, our voices unite. Through the endless night, we'll take flight. Melody so sweet, they light up the sky. Although its magic left our dreams amplified.
Autopsy. This is Autopsy 2008, because there's a lot of movies called Autopsy, as you can imagine. This one is very silly. But there are these kids, they get into like or young adults, they get into a car crash, and then they get taken to this hospital. But unfortunately, it is a fucked up evil hospital where they do weird sadistic shit to you. And it's mostly abandoned, and there's a, the ending of this is fucking wild. Like, you will just have to see it. You'll just have to see it. I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah, but it's very funny. It's very funny. You when you get to that scene where there's like that one orderly, the girl's like running away, like an extended sequence of her like running and crying. And then he just like knocks her down in a single punch, and it's the way it's shot is so hilarious. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. It's very funny. Carrie, a classic. I love Carrie. Yeah, beautiful movie. I don't have a lot to say about this because you know what happened with Carrie, but this is one of my favorite classics. Um, okay. Art of the Devil 2. This is my very, can you even see that? My very legal copy of Art of the Devil 2. This is a Thai movie, where this movie is crazy, okay? This movie is crazy, and you need to see it. Because this group of friends, when they were like friends together in high school, some fucked up shit had happened to them. They did some fucked up shit, whatever, it's in their past. They're trying to move on. But then one of their friends, his dad dies, and they go to like be with him to. It looks like I am in heaven right now. This lighting is insane. Sorry, it's really bright white. Anyway, yeah, so they go to like comfort him. Um, but they get there, they're kind of in the middle of nowhere, like you have to go on a boat to get to this place. And his stepmom is has some problems with them, and now they're stuck there, and there's all this like there's people are cursing each other all over the place. People are putting curses on everybody. I love it. I love like Southeast Asian movies where everybody's just like putting curses on each other. That's a very specific thing that I like, but this is a good one for it. Art of the Devil 2. You do not have to see Art of the Devil 1 because it basically has nothing to do with this movie. So don't worry about that. You could just go right into 2, and I think it's better than 1. 3 is okay also, but 2 is the best, in my opinion. Okay, Audition. I love Audition. There's this guy who he's looking for, like, he wants to find love again. He wants to find a new wife, and he makes movies and stuff. He's a, I don't know, he's a director or something. He does something like that. But his friend is like, you should just hold auditions that you're saying are for a movie, but it's actually for you to find a wife. So he's like interviewing these women, auditioning them to be his wife, but they don't realize it. And then so he finds Asami here, and he's like, she's amazing, she's wonderful, we're gonna be in love, but that's a bad idea, because she's you don't want to date this woman. Probably you probably don't want to do that. That was a bad choice, and it was a bad idea to host auditions for your wife. bad idea to do. This is not, I don't think this may be one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite movies from this director, but I think I actually like my favorite is Ishi the Killer, which I don't have, which is a fucking wild movie. You should see that one too, but it's nasty, so like be prepared. Yeah, but I enjoyed this one a lot. This guy is it Takashi Miike? Yeah. He really loves like a yeah, like a needle torture scene. Like he loves that because that's also in his um what is that short that he did that was like it was like an episode, it's only like an hour long. I didn't like that one that much, but they do anyway. They torture a girl with needles in there too, and there's just he's always having people be stabbed with needles in like every movie, so that's fun. Don't watch some of his stuff if you're squeamish about needles. I would suggest. Right. Oh, American Werewolf in London. This one is so fun. I love like practical special effects, and this one has really great practical effects like werewolf transformations. Very, very solid. I love it. And yeah, so this guy, he's turning into a werewolf, because he got attacked, him and his friend, they got attacked. And his friend died. And all throughout the movie, his friend's ghost is like coming to him, being like, dude, you need to kill yourself now. You have to kill yourself because you're gonna turn into a werewolf and you're gonna attack everybody. Um, yeah, it's great. Great movie. Um, it's so much fun. Anyway. American Psycho, you know about American Psycho, you know Patrick Bateman, you know his whole deal. I don't have a lot to say about this because yeah, you already know about it. But I do. Okay, wait, I have to show you this amazing score that I got from a store, a little a little thrift store near me. I found this greeting card, which is Patrick Bateman on it, and it says, "Check out this card." Look at that subtle coloring, the tasteful thickness. Oh my god, it even has a watermark. I love this greeting card, and I'm never gonna give it to anyone because I'm keeping this forever. It's so funny to me. Okay. All right, Silent Hill. Silent Hill. Okay, it's not exactly high art, but I love the atmosphere. Very well done, and I think it's super cool when Pyramid Head rips that girl's entire skin off. Like that's pretty awesome. So I still enjoy it. Okay, 31. Not my favorite Rob Zombie movie. We'll talk about House of a Thousand Corpses when I have that in here somewhere. Actually, I think I have a lot of his movies. I don't think I have all of them in this stack, but I also have like Three from Hell and like all of that. But I like this one because I really like movies that take place on Halloween, and I really like when there's evil fucked up clowns, and I really like when people are in some kind of like haunted house where they actually kill you for real. I think that's really cool. I'm obsessed with movies like that, so that it works for me. It's fun for me. Okay, May. I love May so much. This is about May. And does she's not close with a lot of people. She's kind of an outcast growing up, and she's looking for love, and she just wants someone to understand her, but they do not, and this is something that is very upsetting to her, and she deals with that in ways that maybe are not entirely admirable, what you should do, but you get it. I understand her. I understand why she did that, but yeah, she's like, oh my god, I hate the guy that she dates is so annoying because he's such a fake freak. Like he's like, no, it's okay. Like I don't care if you're weird. I don't care if you're like what does he say? Where it's like I always see screenshots of that where it's like oh, I love weird. Disgust me, please. But he was lying. He was lying. He shows her. I love. There's a bit where he shows her this like his super like edgelord film he made, about this couple like eating each other, cannibalizing each other, and he's sitting. He's like, oh, what did you think? And she goes, I thought it was sweet. And he's like so upset because it was obviously supposed to like be really upsetting, and she was just like, no, that's kind of romantic and nice.
It was sweet.
You're sweet.
I don't think that she could have gotten his whole finger in one bite, though.
And then when they're like hooking up and she bites him really hard, he's like, "No, you're too weird. This is fucked up." He's such a fake freak and he doesn't deserve her. I do like the lesbian that she works with, that she like dates later. That girl is great. I love her. I understand why she and May were that compatible, but I think she's great.
Ow! Oh, you crazy bitch! Why did you do that? Actually, I kind of liked it. Do me again.
All right. Nope. This is my favorite movie by Jordan Peele. It is so good. I love a little sci-fi horror. It's beautifully shot. Beautifully shot. The alien design is amazing. The relationship between M and OJ is a very believable sibling relationship. I really enjoy it. And I love OJ. I think OJ is great. Yeah, this is a very solid movie. Pearl. Oh, sorry, I'm fucking up my computer. Okay, Pearl. This is my favorite movie out of is it called the X trilogy? Is that what that is? I think. Pearl is my favorite. It's a really interesting like character study to me. I love seeing her descent into madness. I like seeing why she does the things she does, why she feels the way she feels. I love movies about fame and how it fucks you up. That's a really enjoyable topic to me, so I really like Pearl for that. And yeah, this movie slays. I saw this in theaters and I was amazed. I like XOK. I didn't really like Maxine, to be honest, but yeah, Pearl is my favorite out of the bunch. Videodrome. Videodrome. Directed by David Cronenberg. I love Videodrome. There's this guy, it's in like the near future. He like runs this this TV station thing, where he just shows like really provocative content, a lot of like softcore porn, just and odd shit. That's what his station is all about. And one of his friends, like I don't know, he surfs the airways or whatever, and he comes across this broadcast of what is snuff. It's broadcasting stuff. They think it's fake, but they're like, this is awesome, we should show these fake snuff films on our channel, and we need to track down who is making these. So then he goes and tries to figure out who is making these snuff films. And but it does not go in the direction that you would think if you haven't heard about this movie or seen this movie. I know it's a really well-known one, but some people haven't. Yeah, it gets really weird. It gets a little surreal. It's Cronenberg. It gets a little, there's some body horror, all that. Yeah, this is really solid. One of my favorites. I have another Cronenberg movie right here. I have Dead Ringers, which is also really good. It's these twin brothers. They are doctors, they're gynecologists, and they like pose as each other sometimes. They like trade identities to meet women, to like do speaking engagements, all kinds of stuff. And they have a very weird codependent relationship going on. Really good. I love that one. Okay, Train to Busan. This also has Peninsula, which I have not seen yet because I think my aunt gave me this, and I only seen Train to Busan. I'll probably watch Peninsula at some point, but really good Korean zombie movie. It made me like sob, like I was sobbing and crying and throwing up when I watched this movie because I was so sad. It's this dad and his daughter. They're going on a train to Busan to take the daughter to go see her mom. But zombies get on the train and they have to fight zombies. And I really like movies that are like this isn't totally one location, but where it's like mainly one location and you're kind of like trapped in there. So that's great for me. I love they're trapped on this train with the zombies. And yeah, it's really well written. The character's really good. That's why I was crying so much. This little girl, her actress is like amazing, like very impressive child actor. And yeah, I sobbed both times. Actually, I sobbed when I watched this the second time too. It always makes me cry. The Thing. The Thing. This is my favorite my favorite John Carpenter movie. You know about The Thing. They're in a research base in the Arctic or Antarctic, I don't remember. It's super cold. They're at this research base and there's a thing. There's a thing that comes in there and that's fucked up. I would hate if there was a thing. You don't want that. Another classic, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The setting is so well done. It's nasty. It looks disgusting in there. And it was disgusting in real life on account of it was like 100 degrees and they had no air conditioning and they were using roadkill that they found as like set dressing. So people were legitimately vomiting, which is not great for them, but really really contributes to the atmosphere of this movie. It's nasty. It's so gross. I love it. Okay, Mad God. Mad God took 30 years to film. This is a stop motion animation movie. The animation is incredible, incredible, top notch. You would imagine so after 30 years, but it's stunning. It is also nasty, and there's no dialogue, so you have to be cool with that, with a bit of a artsy type of thing there. There's no dialogue, but the music is really good. And when I watched the end of this movie, I felt like I was like transcending out of my body. Very good, one of my favorites. Okay, Lost Boys. Classic. I love the Lost Boys. I like that they have glitter blood. I like that the vampires they ride around on their motorcycles with their leather jackets. And I like that there's that guy who's playing the saxophone and he's like shirtless and like completely oiled up. I like that guy. I like I like that it's very homoerotic. I like it that it's a little bit cheesy 80s. I love everything about this movie. Really good movie. Oh, Ginger Snaps. Probably my favorite. Honestly, probably my favorite werewolf movie. At least up in the top there. There is Ginger and Bridget Fitzgerald. They are sisters. They have a suicide pact together because they hate their lives, and they like they make these weird art projects where they're taking photos of themselves looking like they're dead. They're weird girls. And Bridget's one of my favorite characters. I love Bridget so much. Anyways, then Ginger gets bitten by a werewolf and should turn into a werewolf, and so they're trying to figure out how to cure her, and it's about their weird codependent relationship and all of that. And very good, very good. I love this one. Oh, okay. I have Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator. Bride of Reanimator is my favorite. I like Reanimator, but Bride of Reanimator is where it's at. It's very loosely based on a H.P. Lovecraft story about a guy, Herbert West here, who is trying to. He's a medical student and he wants to create life. He wants to bring people back from the dead. He's really obsessed with it, and friend, his friend over here, Dan, is like trying to help him, but kind of like rein him in because he's crazy. He's a mad scientist. He's a mad scientist, and he has some. The lines in Bride of Reanimator are so good. I might have to find some examples to put up here because he's going ham, and I love it. Also very gay. And they were roommates. They were roommates.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy? Before what god? A god repulsed by the miserable humanity he created in his own image? I will not be shackled by the failures of your god. The only blasphemy is to wallow in insignificance. I have taken refuse of your god's failures, and I have triumphed. There is my creation.
Okay, Pulse or Cairo. I'm sure that's not how you say that because that's the Japanese word. But yeah, you want Pulse, you want the original Japanese Pulse. There's an American remake and it sucks. So don't watch the American remake. Watch Pulse, the original Japanese one. This is one of my favorite directors. And it's about like It's about alienation from yourself and others. It's about technology. It has a very, like, the atmosphere of this is so, like, dreary and bleak and depressing, and it's so well done. And it's very beautiful and also very creepy. Some of this movie is very scary and really solid. I love this one. One of my favorites of his work for sure. Although I also like a lot of his other stuff, but this one's really good. Hellraiser, this Hellraiser and Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. That's what that's called. Yes, Hellraiser and Hellbound. Yeah, so my favorite classics. The special effects in here are so good. Oh, I love them so much. They're gorgeous. You know what Hellraiser is about. The Cenobites. These are the Cenobites. It's a family drama. It's about being tortured in hell. It's about a lot of stuff. It's about a lot of stuff. And yeah, one of my favorites of all time. Not one of my favorite franchises because there are a lot of Hellraiser movies that I don't like, but Hellraiser 1 and 2 I very much like. So, those are good ones. Oh yeah, I talked about, we're gonna get this earlier, House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses, baby. You know House of a Thousand Corpses. It's about the Firefly family, who are these fucked up weirdos. And that's cool. I like when there's just a weird family. Very, very Texas Chainsaw Massacre, honestly. All right. It Follows. I liked It Follows a lot because I just find it so creepy. Okay, so It Follows is about, like, you have sex with someone and they have this curse, and then if you have sex with them, the curse passes on to you. And the curse is that there's this thing that can look like anybody, and it just follows you slowly at like a walking pace, but it follows you forever and it never stops until it gets you and kills you. And if it kills you, the curse goes back to the person before. So you have to try to like pass it on. You have to have sex with somebody and pass it on. But I was so scared by this thing that just walks at you. It doesn't stop walking. That's terrifying to me. It never will stop, ever. So you just have to keep moving until you can have sex with somebody and give them the curse. And yeah, this one freaked me out a lot when I first saw it. I like that one. Jennifer's Body. I love Jennifer's Body. It's a classic to me. Jennifer, she accidentally gets turned into like a demon creature, and her friend, and Jennifer, she's out like eating guys, and her friend has to try to do something about that because she's eating guys. She's eating them all over the place. Good movie.
Do you buy all your murder weapons at Home Depot? God, you're butch.
Skinamarink. This is very divisive, and I understand it. I understand why. Nothing happens in Skinamarink, to be honest with you. Almost nothing happens in Skinamarink. But the feeling that it gives me is very strong. The atmosphere it just freaks me out. It just freaks me out. To be honest with you, Skinamarink freaked me out. Even though nothing happens in this movie. If you're okay with that, if you're okay with a very slow movie, then you may enjoy this. But yeah, it's these young kids. They're in a house and they wake up and they find that their dad is missing and their windows and doors in their house are all gone, so they're just like stuck in the house. And they're just like watching cartoons and being depressed. And they can't get out of that house because the doors are gone. Like what? Anyway, that's basically what happens in Skinamarink. But I loved it. I loved it. Okay, Tetsuo the Iron Man. This is a Japanese movie about a guy who he starts to become a fucked up metal man. His body is turning into metal parts and metal stuff is coming out of him. And that sucks. This is a hard movie to describe. It's very artsy. It's black and white. It's weird. A lot of weird sex stuff. Guy turning into he's turning into a metal man. Okay, he's turning into a metal man, and you should see it because it's super cool. Okay, this is Terrifier 2. Maybe also a little bit controversial. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're not as good as Terrifier 1 or whatever. But I like Terrifier 2. I like that it is very silly and, like, just goofy. I like that it's kind of goofy and also really nasty at the same time. I think it's a good combo. And I really like Sienna, honestly. I like Sienna. And I like when she is, like, dressed up like an angel warrior and she is just like whipping Art the Clown in that like church setting. I think that's so awesome for her. And I really like it. I like Terrifier 3 too. Terrifier 3 was a lot of fun. Oh, okay, okay. I don't have a lot to say about Saw, but I had to bring this one out just to tell you that this is Saw 1 through 8, and I found it in a bargain bin at Walmart for $10. $10 for 8 movies. Amazing, amazing deal. But yes, one of my favorite soap operas is Saw. Okay, this is Dracula. This is like old school Dracula. This is 1930s Dracula with Bela Lugosi. And I really like this one, mainly because of the actor who plays Renfield in here. He's so good. He's going crazy. He is like hamming it up, insane style. He's my favorite Renfield ever, and that's why I love this movie, mainly for him, because he's killing it. You have to see him. You got to see him in action. Maybe I'll put a clip in as well if I figure out how to do that.
I'm loyal to you, Master. I'm your slave. I didn't betray you. Oh, no, don't. Don't kill me. Let me live, please. Punish me, torture me, but let me live. I can't die with all those lives on my conscience. All that blood on my hands.
Okay, and Singapore Sling. So this is Singapore Sling, and I think I found this movie because back in my Tumblr days, one of my mutuals like posted about it, and I was like, that looks super cool, let me check that out. And I'm glad that they did. If you're out there, I don't remember what your name was, but if you're out there posting about Singapore Sling on Tumblr, thank you for doing that, because this movie is one of my favorites ever. There's this guy, he's looking for like his lost love, but accidentally he stumbles upon this daughter and her mother, and they live in this weird old mansion in the middle of nowhere, and they're having a weird incestuous BDSM relationship, and they kidnap him, and they make him be in their weird BDSM stuff they have going on. And there's just a lot of it's very, I'm gonna be honest, it's very beautifully shot. Gorgeous film, even if the stuff that it's showing you sometimes is like piss and vomit and stuff like that. I think the piss and vomit kink stuff is very tastefully done, though, to be honest with you. And it's just it's gorgeous. Listen, this is a gorgeous movie. You may not believe me based on what I just told you, but it is, and you should watch it. I think it's on Internet Archive. Yeah, really good. I think that's all the movies I have to talk about today. Let me know if you have recommendations for me based off some of these movies that I have shown you. Please feel free to comment them down below. I'm always looking for new horror movies to watch. And yeah, that's all I have to say today. Have a nice day.